They say, if you stay too long among those who crawl, you might forget you were made to fly. This is the story of an eagle that almost never discovered its wings. A story not just about a bird, but about every soul that has forgotten its greatness. And maybe, just maybe, it's your story too. And now, let's begin.
Once upon a time, on a small countryside farm, quiet, ordinary, and forgotten by time, a mother hen sat patiently on her eggs. She was proud, devoted, and simple. Her world was small, but her heart was big. One morning, the farmer walked by carrying two large, strange eggs he'd found near a fallen tree at the edge of the woods. They were too fresh-looking to leave behind, so without much thought, he slipped them gently under the hen's wings. The hen didn't notice the difference. To her, an egg was an egg, a child to love. Days passed, and the eggs began to tremble. When the time came, the eggs cracked open. Tiny chicks emerged, yellow, fluffy, and noisy. And among them, two strange hatchlings, larger, with fierce little eyes and odd, powerful claws. But the mother hen clucked softly, spreading her wings over them all. "Don't worry," she said in her own gentle way. "You belong here." The hen loved them all the same. She taught them how to scratch the dirt, how to peck for food, and how to run from shadows. And the eaglets learned fast, believing they were chickens too. When they stretched their wings, the hen would say, "Careful, little ones, the sky is dangerous." So they learned not to try. They learned to stay on the ground. Day after day, they followed the others, believing that was all there was. Days turned to weeks. The eaglets grew taller, their wings heavier. Sometimes, when the wind blew strong, one of them would look up and see a shape high above, a majestic eagle gliding effortlessly through the clouds. Other times, they'd watch the open sky and feel something stirring inside, a pull they couldn't explain. But the hen would cluck and say, "Stay close, little ones. The sky is not for us. We belong here." And so they lowered their gaze once more. They'd watch the great eagles fly above the mountains and whisper, "How free they look." But then they'd look down at their muddy claws and think, "That could never be me." Then, one day, a storm swept through the valley. The wind howled, the rain drenched the earth, and in the chaos, one young eagle was blown far beyond the fence, its feathers soaked, its body trembling. Below lay the familiar barnyard, small and distant.
As it spreads its wings to dry them in the sun, the wind caught beneath them, and for the first time, something powerful lifted it off the ground. And in that moment, instinct took over. It spread its wings, awkwardly at first, and when the wind caught beneath them, it rose, and the world fell away beneath.
Not a step, not a flutter, but a flight. A majestic, breathtaking flight. It was clumsy at first, terrified, but then it realized this was what it was born for.
It soared above rivers and trees, mountains and valleys. Every gust of wind whispered the truth it had always ignored. You were never one of them. You were made for this.
The young eagle soared higher and higher until the farmyard below looked like a forgotten dream. For the first time, it saw what it was meant to be. Down below, the chickens and the remnant eaglet still pecked the dirt, never looking up to see what had become of one of their own.
Sometimes the world won't tell you who you really are. It will teach you to crawl when you were born to soar. But deep down, your wings remember.
Sometimes, life places us in the wrong nest, among people who make us forget what we're capable of, among people who doubt your strength, who tell you to play small, to keep your feet on the ground, among voices that say you're not made for more.
But inside you, there's an eagle. And one day, if you dare to spread your wings, you'll realize you were never meant to scratch the ground. You were never meant to live like a chicken. You were born to soar like an eagle. There's a moment in every life when the wind calls your name. And when it does, flap your wings. You were born to soar.
This is just the beginning, because every eagle's journey starts the day it decides to stop acting like a chicken. This was episode 1, Born to Soar. In the next episode, the eagle returns to the farm. We'll see what happens when the eagle that discovered its wings flies back home. Stay with us.